So I got the Kohler K181 painted up, and now I just got to assemble a couple more things. I'm going to put this new muffler on here, over there. We got a nice new, what do you call it, gasket and everything to throw in there. Then I painted up the breaker point cover, the breather. They all got to get put on the side. The fuel pump over here has got to get put back on. The flywheel, the ignition's got to get put back on. The head's got to get put back on. I paint up the dipstick. That's going to go back in there. It's got this head here, all bead blasted. The engine adapter plates got to go back on, and that's about it. Okay, so this engine has a magneto ignition system that has a rotor that goes under the flywheel, and that goes into this coil over here, which mounts on the side of the engine here, and when that rotor spins, that creates the ignition. So the original machine had the old points and condenser. This condenser here that was in there is pretty shot looking. It even has like what appears to be solder on it, like somebody soldered something on it at one point in time. So I got this kit here from Kohler, electronic ignition kit, to switch this thing over to be electronic. And what I did is I removed the condenser, and what you're supposed to do is just hook up that kit using this one wire here to the wire that would go to the points. So I unhooked the condenser, and what I'm left with is like this 1/4-inch square stub on there. So what I did is I crimped a 1/4-inch terminal onto my new wire that will go out to the module, so that I'm scared to cut this wire off the ignition and solder stuff on there. It's kind of a delicate piece, which costs about $100. So I figured I'd put that crimp-on connector on there. So my next step is to put this ignition in here, gap it properly, hook up that wire, and I'm going to plug in the spark plug lead over here to it, and that's about it. Okay, I got starting to put the head back on. I got the points cover on. You have to put the points plunger and the points in there, otherwise oil will just be shooting out of the point plunger hole. I've got my new my ignition put on there. I got my little terminals plugged together. I built a new ignition wire coming out here, and next I got to finish putting the rest of my head bolts on, and then I can put my breather assembly on and my flywheel, and this thing is pretty much done. Okay, so I got the flywheel on, I got my breather installed, I got my head bolts in. I haven't torqued them yet, but they're just in there loose. Now I'm going to put this blower housing on. So basically, I haven't obviously sanded this down yet or repainted it, but now I'll get this on there. All I have to do is hook up the governor linkage, put the carb back on, the fuel pump, some oil, and maybe we can start it.